Assalamualaikum. My group member and I will be present about proposal defend. Our project title is Preference and Nutrient Composition, the determination on butter and breaded coating of fried tilapia fish nugget. Our project overview is about producing a tilapia fish nugget that focus more on coating nugget. The objective of this project are determine nutrient composition and preference of tilapia fish nugget. The proximate analysis performed in different method of cooking method that either deep fry or air fry on butter and breaded coating of tilapia fish nugget. Our sensory evaluation are performed based on consumer preference. Literature review. Nutrient composition is about evaluate in each of nutrient composition of tilapia fish nugget, an important criteria to determine the nutritional value and quality of food. First, nutrient composition is protein. The protein analysis is important as to know about total protein content, and determine the total protein content is by using Kejadal method. Second is ash, as the inorganic residue remaining after the water and organic matter have been removed. The result of ash weight is compared to the original weight of the sample.
Continue for literature review. Moisture content. Determine the amount of the moisture as level patient need when evaluation moisture content in relation to the other food constituent. Station Al-Babari 2021. Purpose using moisture content to ensure the quality of tilapia fish nugget. For fat, determine the total lipid content of the food using solid extraction equipment with solid technique. Station Abdul Manaf 2018. Purpose analysis the fat content is part of quality control to ensure the finished product of the tilapia fish nugget. For carbohydrate, to determine the analysis of carbohydrate in food, the carbohydrate content of food can determine by calculating the percent remain after all the other components have been measured. Station Sasi 2018. It is important to determine the type of concentration of carbohydrate in food. For example, food quality such as sweetness, appearance, stability, texture depend on the type of the concentration of the carbohydrate present.
Alright, first cooking method is deep fry. For this tilapia fish nugget, the temperature that going to be used is 190 degrees Celsius for 12 minutes because want to create golden brown surface texture in short time. Alright, next, air frying. An air fryer is a kitchen equipment that cook food by conventionally calculate hot air around it to produce a crunchy, crispy coating, making it ideal for meal like nugget. Air fryer use little oil compared to deep fryer use a lot of oil that absorbs into the food.
For breaded coating, it provides a crunchy and delicious exterior, and the golden brown color makes the food more attractive. The flour helps the breadcrumb adhere to the egg and ensure the breading sticks to the food instead of falling off when in the hot oil. For butter coating, wet flour offers the needed viscosity and structure in the butter system. The stability of the butter is determined by the amount of wet flour present and the amount of water that available to create solid and flowing batter.
Alright, for problem statement. Consumer choose coating type of fried food based on individual preference, such as soft and deformable interior of product surrounded by a dry, firm and crunchy crust after frying. However, the crust or final structure of food depend on processing variables such as cooking method, procedure, cooking time, temperature and type of oils. But sometimes it can cause the food piece to become soggy and not as how expecting, which make public opinion on those type of coating deteriorated.
For significance of project in society, it provides information and choices to consumer about frying method and frying oil. In environment, the raw material, which is tilapia fish, will be used optimally. In economy, it increases awareness to the consumer and entrepreneur about effect of frying method of the coating on tilapia fish nugget and the suitable oil selection from deep fried method.
Alright, for objective. Number 1, to produce tilapia fish nugget from different coating. Number 2, to compare different method of frying and frying oil. And the last one, to determine the nutritional composition and preference of tilapia fish nugget.
For innovation aspect, we have chosen tilapia fish as the main ingredient because this fish is easy to get from KKTM Lenggong. Next, to determine the nutritional properties of the product, we will use proximate analysis and sensory evaluation on the fish nugget to determine the acceptability of our final product.
For overall flowchart, objective number 1, to produce tilapia fish nugget from different type of coating, from preparation of raw material to the butter and breaded. Number 1, preparation of raw material. The main ingredient is tilapia fish. Second, preparation of surimi using tilapia fillet. Third, preparation of nugget using formulation from previous study. Lastly, for objective number 1, we use two type of coating, butter and breaded. Objective number 2, to compare different method of frying and frying oil, from deep fry and air fry to the type of oil. Each coating using two methods. For example, deep fry and fry using temperature at 190 Celsius at 12 minutes. Only deep fry using oil. For example, palm oil, sunflower oil and corn oil. Objective number 3, to determine the nutrition composition and preference of tilapia fish nugget. After that, we conduct two different analyses, proximate analysis and sensory analysis. For proximate analysis, we determine the protein, ash, moisture, content, fat and carbohydrate. Meanwhile, for sensory evaluation, we using hedonic test to determine overall lighting using skala 9. For task divider, each coating take 2% and each method take 1%. For example, ALYA and NUHA make butter coating. ALYA using method deep fry, meanwhile NUHA using air fry method. Also same for me and Natasha do for breader.
Okay, for moisture content, we use moisture analyzer to determine the moisture content. Alright, the first step, weigh the sample and then put it in moisture analyzer and weigh it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, weigh again the sample and then calculate using the formula to determine the moisture content.
For S process flowchart, first put crucible in the scatter for 24 hours. Purpose put in the scatter to prevent the crucible from gathering the moisture. The interior of the desiccator is dry due to the secant at the bottom, and because it is sealed to keep from outside and moisture air from the outside getting inside. Second and third, weigh the sample and weigh the crucible to avoid the error in calculation. And burning in furnace for 550 Celsius at 24 hours. Purpose burning away organic content and leaving in organic mineral. After that, we put in the scatter for 30 minutes. Purpose to let the crucible cool before weight, and because it is sealed to keep from outside and moisture air from outside getting inside. After that, we weigh again the sample and crucible. Lastly, for calculation, weight before in the scatter divide by weight after in the scatter time by 100.
To determine the fat content, select method used in our project. First step, insert 3 gram sample in oven for 1 hour. Then insert sample in desiccator for 30 minutes and run in Softherm for 2 hours. After finish, insert sample in oven for 1 hour and cool in desiccator for 30 minutes. Lastly, wait the final result, then using the formula to determine the fat percentage.
For protein, we use Jadal method. The first step is digestion, which is we use Gerhardt machine. The second step is distillation, which is we use vapor death, and the third step is titration.
For carbohydrate, the carbohydrate content of tilapia fish nugget was estimated by subtracting the percentage of the moisture, protein, fat and ash. For example, 100 minus the total calculation from the result we get from moisture, ash, protein and fat, and we get the total result of the carbohydrate.
Lastly, the conclusion for our project is we want to produce tilapia fish nugget with 2 different coating, butter and breaded, which more consumer prefer. Second, deep fry and air frying are the 2 types of frying method used, but for deep frying using 3 different types of oil such as palm, sunflower and corn oil. And proximate analysis and sensory evaluation were used to determine the nutritional content and preference of tilapia fish nugget.
That's all. Thank you.